Okay, see you later.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Loud Spot. I'm your host, Sebastian Cosme, right out of Oklahoma City. We are joined today by two ladies from the band Soraia. We got Zuzu and Brianna. Hello, ladies.
Hello.
And we have the very talented, fantastic Weird Wolf, Ava Gore. What's up, Ava?
Not much.
And Sam is in the background tonight.
Hello.
Doing all of our video stuff for us and all kinds of things. Sam does all kinds of stuff for us, so we don't thank him enough. So thank you, Sam, for that. All right, Soraia, I got a question. How long has the band been around? I do got to say congratulations to your website that is actually updated, unlike a lot of bands today. But I could not find that information about when you guys started.
I started singing back in 2002, and then the initial incarnation of the band started many years ago. But I'd say what we are today is about 4.5 years. So, but you know, I'd say since 2009, 2010, we've been an active band. But the members have changed. The one guy stayed with me the whole time, so my co-writer has always been with me. So, but I definitely say about 2014, 2016.
I saw on the website it said the rebirth. Did the band take a hiatus for a little bit and kind of come back, or is that just talking about your style of music in general?
I think we just constantly are always changing. So I mean, just as people, as musicians, like, you know what I mean? The songs was pretty much the same. It's rock, but like the rebirth, I think it's just the idea of like you're always kind of becoming something else. For me in particular, it's like I definitely feel that way.
Okay, and Zuzu, you are the singer for Soraia.
Yes. Yep.
Does anyone like? Is there a specific time where somebody screwed up the band name, like during an interview?
Sorry. All the time. My whole goal is to get so big that everybody says the name correctly, like internationally. That's how big we want to be. So, but yeah, I've heard like Soraia, Serena, psoriasis, ha ha ha. I get that a lot, and I'm like, yeah, I've only heard it 30,000 times. The first time, you know, but you know, it's different enough. But you nailed it.
Yeah.
When I saw the name, I don't know, Ava, when you saw the interview tonight, did you say Soraia or did you think? And don't lie about it.
Oh no, I definitely said Soraia.
Nice.
I can't see it as anything else.
Yeah,
yeah.
You have some big shows coming up. I looked. Looks like you guys are going to Europe. Is that right?
Yes, Sweden. We actually just rescheduled. It was rescheduled. This is the third or fourth time we rescheduled because it originally was for last April or June. It was for June, and then they changed it to October of 2020, and then we changed it to April of 2020. So this is the fourth time. We just changed it to October again. So it looks like we're going in the fall to Sweden. Yeah.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Oh,
Pandemic.
Well, going to Europe is awesome.
Yeah, Ava goes to Europe all the time, right?
I was born in England, so.
Oh yeah, that's right. You were born there.
That's awesome. Did you grow up there? Sorry.
No. I moved when I was 5, so I don't really have an English accent.
Could have fooled me. Just kidding. So during COVID, you guys were able to come out with this new song. Tight Lips.
Mm-hmm.
Tight Lip. And were you guys able to? I guess the band was able to write this song during shutdown, right?
We actually wrote it last January 2020 because we had a record coming out March 13th of that year, and we always are behind. So we're like, we're gonna make the single now, and we wrote the single then, and then we were already on tour when COVID hit, and we came home. We're like, well, let's demo that single and see if the label wants to, you know, release it. And then, you know, everything was shut down, so we couldn't get in the studio till September. But yeah, we had actually written this before, but we've written almost a whole album of songs that I'm happy with. We've written a lot, but like we're almost done an album now too.
What? Go ahead, Ava.
I was just gonna ask what Tight Lipped is about. It's a pretty awesome song, and I love the lyrics.
Thank you.
Seems like you're.
Yeah, definitely the lyrics came from, I was sitting here, and a lot of times when I start writing, I just have to read a lot. And I've never been a big Shakespeare fan, but I kept hearing the name Ophelia. So I finally looked it up, and I was reading some Hamlet stuff, and I'm like, she drowned herself at the end? That is not okay with me. So I just used that theme of this ever evolving character, and related it to a personal story that I'd gone through, which was always kind of being politely saying no, or yeah, that's good enough. And like kind of this feeling that you should be grateful for what you get. I grew up with that a lot. And I've asked for less than what I've wanted for that, because I thought wanting too much is looked at as ugly sometimes too. And it's kind of just the transformation of being like, I want what I want, and that's okay. Like, you know, and starting to open my mouth. So I use this character of Ophelia, who had this tragic, like, killed herself at the end, drowned herself at the end of this Shakespearean play because this guy went crazy. And so I was like, okay, my life isn't dependent on other people. And so I took it as a theme for like just rebirthing yourself, like all the time, like growing and learning to say no, or learning to say, you know, no, that's cool, thanks for that, but I want more, or I'd rather wait for this kind of thing. So they're always autobiographical in some way, but I feel like I try to write stuff that I feel other people can relate to.
That's deep. That is deep.
Yeah, that's awesome.
There's some intense stuff going on in this person. Trust me.
I asked the band one time, "What's your song about?" They're like, "Smoking weed, man."
I mean, that's not
what some people have deep meanings, you know, and you know, I can't really like as a songwriter. It always amazes me how people can come up with lyrics, because I cannot, and I catch myself using a thesaurus on like every other word. I'm like, what's another word for this? What's another word for that?
No, I do the same. I mean, like you sometimes you come up with this great line, and then you're like, I don't know what I want to say about that at all, but it's a really cool line. It sings well, and I insist on using it. So then I'll all of a sudden look up a word that rhymes with it. I'm like, terrible. It's awful. Like, and I always figure it out when I'm driving like 3 days later. And I'm like, that's the line. You know what I mean? A lot of times I get a line from hearing a line wrong in a song. Like, I think the last album, probably 2 or 3 songs were built around lines that I heard incorrectly in other songs that I was like, that's a great line. That's not what they said. So I'm taking it. You know?
Yeah. Oh, yes. Yeah. You hear it wrong. And so you use it. That's funny. You know what? If I was a songwriter, like a lyricist, I'd probably do the same thing. You know? Yeah. I would absolutely do that. Let's check out. Now, this song is your newest single. Now, I could be wrong, but I think I'm right. We'll see. Trivia. When did this song come out? March 13th?
Nope.
Oh!
That's when our album came out, though.
Okay, close enough.
Our album came out March 13th of last year, but this single released January 8th of this year.
Oh, so the album released March 13th last year.
Our last album, yeah.
Okay.
So we've already got a new single and probably another single later this year, then a new album next year. Okay. Well,
don't be too mad at me. All right. Let's play this song right now. Then we'll talk about. I like the music video. We'll talk about the music video right after we play it. Here we go.
Juice down harder, faster.
we got to give it up to Sharon, who's always commenting on all of our shows and episodes. She's super cool. She's on every time we're live. So shout out to Sharon Will Dollar. She is awesome.
Yeah, she made us laugh.
Yeah. Yeah, she's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So the band is based out of Philly, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I was like, oh no, I got that wrong again. Oh, that was gonna get 2 wrong in a row.
No, we currently 3 of us reside in South Jersey now, but
Okay.
and then one still lives in Philly. And we rehearse in Philly, but we're all from Philly area. Yeah,
How did that video take a long time to shoot, or was it kind of like a 1-day thing?
2 days.
That's
2 days
it.
in California with a talented team, and it was only 9 of us, and it was during COVID, and I had to fly to California and quarantine for 3 days, then get tested, then do the shoot, then quarantine again, then shoot. Then I came home. So it was it was like, it sounds like a pain in the ass, but it was actually a lot of fun because
Cool.
I didn't have any obligations, but I had to be there like 5 days prior for testing and stuff. So it was a lot of fun. And we did 2 days to film the narrative part and my parts in the performance. And then the band, we shot in another day back in Philly at the Underground Arts with a different filmer. So
who decides the location of the shoot?
honestly, we've used the same producer the last 3 videos, and she finds teams every time. And this team happened to be a really they're usually working all the time, but because of COVID and restrictions, and at the time California wasn't doing too well, so
They're still not doing too well.
So we got that weekend in that everybody was free. So I always leave it up to her. She's just like, we're gonna shoot in LA. Like the last 3 we shot in LA, right?
Stop it. Sorry. That's awesome.
Yeah, the last 3 we did in California, most in the LA area, because that's where she's located. So
Okay, cool. When you guys were on tour right before COVID came, where were you guys at when you heard, hey, the tour's stopping and everyone to go home? Like, where were you guys? Where was the band at?
What was that? Was it Redwood or was it
it's California.
Yeah, we're in California. I'm trying to think of the club we were playing.
We were all over
I
California.
forget, but we were definitely in California.
Yeah, we played like Los Angeles, then we went to San Francisco. So we were kind of all over the place in California, Long Beach.
Yeah.
So 2 distinct areas.
Vegas too. I remember.
Oh yeah, we went to Vegas.
It hit I knew it was getting kind of scary in Vegas, and we had
On the way. Remember,
Yeah.
because it was raining. It was like the
Yeah.
only day in the desert it rained. I'm like,
yeah,
this
we're
is a
like,
bad
great.
omen.
Yeah.
It never rains. I'm like, well, it's raining.
It's raining
And
now.
COVID.
Yeah, and then people actually showed up to our show with masks, and we were like what's
Yeah,
going
but they
on?
were like on their chin.
Yeah,
They
it was
were
like not
drunk
official
and
yet.
spitting on it was really a bad. I felt like, oh my God, whatever this
Yeah.
thing is that's happening, I'm probably gonna have it because it was mobbed. It was the 13th of March. It had been Tuesday. It was a Friday. That past Tuesday is when it was considered a global pandemic.
Yeah.
And people were like, when are you coming home? When are you coming home? I'm like, we're not coming
You
home.
were like, what?
No, we don't come home. And then we're like, oh my God, we got to go home. Like,
You're like watching the news, like
5
in
days
the,
later.
like lobby. I'm like, oh my God,
like, this isn't funny.
Yeah,
We
this is
flew
real
to San
shit.
Francisco that Sunday. So that was what, the 15th?
Oh, that's right. San
There was
Francisco.
nobody in the airport. We're like,
Yeah.
what is happening in the world?
Yeah.
Vegas is like popping. Like
Yeah.
there's nothing was wrong in Vegas. So
Yeah, that was crazy.
I swear when COVID was like, I think it's kind of calmed down now, but my wife would cough or have like itchy eyes. I'd look at her sideways like,
yeah, just our own.
don't get near me.
Even
Every
when
time I need to
sneezing-
cough.
Yeah.
What happened?
Every time I need to cough in public, like I have a
Oh,
panic
yeah.
attack.
You get the COVID stare. That's what I felt.
Yeah.
No way.
So-
I'm like,
Yeah. I'd
What-
sneeze and she'd be like, you got COVID. I'm like, it's not part of the thing.
I don't know. I think I know.
yeah, just say it anyway.
I had COVID. I think I did sneeze.
Oh.
But you know what? But I also sneeze generally speaking anyways.
That's
So,
right.
so I mean,
You could have been allergies with COVID.
Yeah.
I think it was a mix. Actually, my producer Sam that was on, we got COVID at the same time. Here in Oklahoma City, he came to visit me and he left with COVID. So
What a great friend you are.
I know, right? So what's the biggest? I guess the band's been to Europe before and toured there, right?
Yep, one other time.
So what's the longest tour you've ever been on?
Oh damn.
2 months.
And how was that?
The way we do it was hard.
For anyone thinking about starting a band, they're like 19, 20 years old, like we want to be rock stars. And you talk about the road. What advice could you give to someone new that's starting out about what it's like, what life like is out on the road?
It's all about the show, like all about the show. And you've got to be in a car a lot. That's the part that kills people. We've lost many guitarists to the car rides. They just can't stand being in the car for 3.5 hours a day. Like it's hard.
Yeah.
But there's been tours where we've moved more, like, you know what I mean? We've been more movie, whereas like sometimes I try to stay at least once a week. I try to stay put at least at one hotel.
Yeah.
So you can put your stuff down for a minute and you're not like, oh my God, I'm just going.
Yeah.
But when we first started out, we'd sleep on people's floors and stuff. And I will never do that again. I didn't want to do it then, but I did it because I thought you had to, but, and we did have to, but I think, if you're not in it for the music, you're eventually not going to do it because it's too hard. It's a lot of wear and tear on the body. And if you're doing it with people that you don't care about, it's not, if you're not all there for the music and somebody, just even one person that's kind of off will throw the whole group off.
So is the band, would you say the band, everyone, there's 4 members to the band, right?
There's 4. And then we have two guys that play with us on bigger shows too. So we have 6 then. 4.
Okay. Okay. But so the main 4 of you, are you friends outside of the band as well?
Hell no. I'm just kidding.
No.
What a jerk.
On that one. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, we're really good friends. I'm friends with we're all friends.
Right.
We hang out like crazy. I hang out with her a lot. Travis, I used to hang out with a lot. We still hang out, but Nick, I think Nick, we have our newest member. He's our guitar player.
Mhm.
He kind of joined like right around when COVID hit.
Yeah.
So we like him, but
not a lot of closeness there, I guess.
time to hang is
Yeah.
kind of like but yeah, I mean, we've been friends since she started. Like we've hung out for 4 years, 5 years now. And
yeah.
Travis I know like most of my life. So Travis I hung out with a lot, and then I wouldn't hang out with him at all. You know, when you've been around the same person a long time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
I always find it interesting when some of these bands that are just professional players, like they're just in the band to be in a band, like they're handpicked to be together. Because when they go on tour, they have to all like each other. Like some people don't even know each other, I don't think. Like they're in different states writing music, and then when they tour, they have to be together. Like, what if you just don't like the person? That would suck.
Right.
yeah, I think too. It's like because I definitely think if you have rubbing personalities, it sucks. But if you just can be professional and be kind, treat others like you want to be treated, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
But if you have somebody who's kind of just a jerk and is nasty to people all the time, it makes it difficult. Which is
Yeah.
Sam just put, I don't like that.
I keep reading these. I'm like giggling. I'm like, these are funny.
So has Brianna been in the band since the start of the band?
no.
No. Okay.
So we're still friends.
Yeah.
So when did
Another couple of years.
How long were you? 16, right?
Yes.
So 5 years,
Yeah.
almost 5 years, May.
Yeah.
She joined us we had opened a big radio station around here, MMR. We had opened MMRBQ, and our drummer hurt his hand. So she jumped in, and he's like, my hand's going to be not good for a while. And we're like, she wants to be in the band. Let's let her in the band.
I stalk them. She's like, she put that lightly. She wants to be in the band, but I would go to see their shows like all the time. I'd be in the front row. There was this one show I was just like dead in the front, and you were just like, Brianna, like again, like I forget, it was like your release show or something like that. Yeah, I was like, she just said my name. Like I was all like giddy and excited and stuff.
Now it's like,
Did I saw something about Rolling Stones or Sirius XM? Are you guys getting some publicity on some other platforms?
yeah, we were just Loudwire just asked for my 10 most powerful empowerment rock and metal anthems. So I did that. There's Loudwire. Recently, we were just in Billboard. We debuted the video in Billboard, and Rolling Stone. The senior writer there, David Frick, loves our band. Like he heard us on Sirius XM, and his wife heard us, and she's like, "You'll love this band." So I get an email from this guy says, "I'm David Frick from Rolling Stone. I've written for them for years. I'm the senior writer there. I love all your music. Can you send me your back catalog?" I'm like, "Come on, who is this?" It was him. It was him. So he came to our shows, and he ended up doing a write-up as one of the best of 2017 highlights. He came to see us in New York City at a club, and he came that whole year, and 18 and 19. I think the last time we saw him was 19, maybe 20. Yeah, no, because 20 we didn't tour at all. So yeah, or didn't play a lot.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's just like it's people hear of us through different outlets. Sirius XM has definitely been playing us like crazy. This single just got into rotation on WMMR and WDHA, which are big commercial stations here. And
what's Sirius XM station?
Channel 21, the Underground Garage. We're also
Okay.
on the Spectrum, and I forget what the other one that David Frick is the Spectrum, but he's on the Spectrum.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, there's one that's on demand. Maybe it's just Sirius On Demand is the other.
That's so neat though to be played like that, and your music. And I would think Ava would agree with me being on here a few episodes now. We have been playing a lot of metal bands, like heavy metal, like hardcore kind of.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of nice to listen to something different. And I think your music it doesn't sound like anybody else.
Cool. It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is good. Yeah, I hate when people want to be like, I want to sound like this. No, you want to sound like yourself. And you guys do, and the band definitely provides that.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you for saying that. Yeah, it's made it like more difficult to get on some of these stations that we've ended up getting on now, but I'd rather do that like what we really are than try to, because there are periods where it's like maybe we should be more this or more this, and I was like, that's not what we are.
Yeah.
So it's not genuine at the end of the day. And it's like we can write a song, like we co-wrote a song called "Don't Have You" that's very like almost country-ish,
like Beatles-esque.
Beatles, yeah. And then
Cool.
we wrote Tight Lipped, and then so it's like, but it all sounds like us. So
Yeah, I think I don't know, Ava, do you listen to XM radio at all?
No.
No, okay. So
fair enough.
I think the song is still hard enough though to be played like on Octane. Like it's still a hard heavy riff, right?
I mean, I don't know how it'd go over with them, but I think it's all right. If you're asking me, I think it's all right. I think Octane would be a good.
I hate to burst your bubble. My opinion's usually not right. But
That's
He's not joking. He is not joking one bit. Hey, Sebastian, I loaded up another song, Wild
did you?
Woman. It is
Okay.
right there. I've been trying to get your attention and pointing at it.
you should have texted me.
Well, the phone's way over there.
Okay, it's on sound. Let's play this song. We'll play this song. We'll tell everyone where to find you guys, although we already kind of did that, and then we'll end the show. So This is Wild Woman. Is that what he said? Wild Woman. Okay. All right, here we go.
Screaming out of the
You got some acting. You got some acting skills there, Zuzu.
Thank you.
Good acting skills. I mean, you convinced me that it was real.
Like I had more of an opportunity with the narrative in the tight-lipped one. Because I always love to, I have all this emotion. I always say this, but I can't remember words. I can't even remember the words to our song. So, and I wrote them. I know how to emote. So.
Yeah, you do.
Ava, do you have any last questions for the band? She always has the better questions than I do. She does.
Great. It was fun.
Yeah.
So.
Being women in the music industry, did you find it harder to I guess become successful like you are today, or is it the same?
You answer that. But she's I
guess I'll answer that personally and as like a whole because I've been playing drums now. It's close to 20 years total. And it took me about 10 years to find a band in general. Like nobody would take me seriously. I was like trying to audition all the time and people would be like, all right, cool. And like not even call me at all. I'm like, okay. But as a whole too, we get like a different kind of, it's weird because certain places won't allow like a certain amount of women on their programs. It's like, okay, what does that mean? Like they don't say that to guys, you know what I mean? So it's you have like, there's still things we've come very far, I feel like, but there are still these things like, oh, she's the best chick singer I've ever heard. It's like, why do you have to say chick singer? Why put that chick drummer? You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I think definitely when I was starting, there was a lot of female nights and it was based around being a chick, like being a hot woman and not being whether you were talented or whatever, didn't really matter. And unfortunately, that's kind of the way I hate to say that because I don't say that the way it should be, but it is a lot of it's a very visual medium. Like that's just the way it is. But I used to hate those things at first. And now I'm kind of like, I look at it differently. I look at it as like an empowering thing. Like, yeah, I'm a female and I wanted to do this my whole life, whether I was born as a female or a male. I think I've wanted to be in a rock and roll band my whole life. So, I mean, I have a picture of myself singing in second grade. So I never let it stop me. Though I was treated differently by certain people, definitely by, I'll just say by certain people treated me differently. Treated me as serious because I don't want to like kind of specify because that's not necessarily
right.
But not taken seriously is a big thing. Being like, that's cute, but and I hate to say that because part of me is so against, like, who cares? Like, to me, I'm like, who gives a fuck? Like, go ahead, say that to me. I'm still going to get and do what I want. Like, because I'm just like kind of tough like that. But it's still on days that I don't feel that way. It hits and you're like, right. Cause why should I want to do that? Or, kind of like, that's crazy. But, I just look at it as another thing that listen, if it's going to help us, great. If it's not, I don't have time for giving it too much attention because it can affect your psyche. It can affect your own belief in yourself. And you can't afford that. In anything you do, you can't afford to believe that you don't have as many opportunities as someone else, because even if it might be factual, it can't be my truth. It can't be.
I could actually, I'm not going to, but I can go on about that for like 30 minutes. I'm not going to, but I can relate differently from being a male. But I told you Ava has the good questions.
That was good. I know. Damn solid, Ava.
I do. We've been on for over 30 minutes. I do, and I'm happy we were able to play your other songs. So 2 super great songs. If you want people to find your band website, which I know what it is because I have it, but let your fans know, or my fans that don't know you, where to go to find your music, your website, all that good stuff.
Yo, we're on TikTok now.
Hey! TikTok, bro. There's like 4 posts on TikTok. Don't go there.
I tagged Ava in the TikTok post I made yesterday.
Everything is at Soraia Rock. Our handle's always at Soraia Rock. So it's the band name, Soraia Rocks, ROCKS, all one word. Yep. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all Soraia Rocks.
Website.
And Soraia.com. So
YouTube and stuff.
Oh, YouTube is Soraia Rocks. Yeah, it's Soraia Rocks. Yeah.
I'm sure. I just looked up Soraia Band, and I was able to find your website and everything else. Any last words you want to say before I do my ending?
It was a pleasure to talk to you guys. You were refreshing.
Definitely. Yeah.
All right, well, don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere just yet. Stay right there. I do want to thank all of our fans who listen to the Loud Spot. I want to thank the band for being on, Ava for being our Wednesday nights co-host. You're always awesome to have on, and thanks, Sam. Please check us out, www.theloudspot.net. Go subscribe to our YouTube channel. Go like our Facebook page. We also have a TikTok. I'm in there making stupid videos all the time that don't make any sense. Half of them don't even have to do with the Loud Spot, but I do them. But I do them anyways. So that's all I got. Just subscribe to YouTube. We're trying to grow that. And every Monday we are doing a band video versus band video. We get two bands, put them against each other. We are going to give away prizes to fans who comment of which video they like. So we're going to do that as well. All right. I think that's it. That's all we got for tonight's episode. Sam, are you ready to play the outro? He said,
"This is the Loud Spot outro by nothing short of tragic." Is this all talk with no action? No. Is this my thoughts with distraction? No. Is this what I bought that's in fashion? Or is this the Loud Spot with Sebastian? Yes. Does nothing short of tragic have us back again? Yes. Does everything that's good really have to end? Yes. A pin post has a pin show, so to get more episodes, make an order, this is over.